Alright, what is going on YouTube? And today we got a brand new Genshin Impact Spiral Abyss. And the main elements you're going to want for this one are Hydro, Electro, and Dendro. I say that because, well, you can already see that in this first half of this first chamber we're going against these little Hydro dudes. So you can get them defeated really quickly, doing some bloom damage against them. But more specifically, we got the Bloom Shield Crab on the first half of the last chamber, I believe. Yes, that is correct. And then on the second half of the last chamber, we got the new boss that has the shield that you can only really do sustained damage to by using the Electro reaction, or I'm pretty sure the Lunar or Electro Charge reaction as well. It's the guy who has the shield that you have to destroy 3 times to cripple him, and then he sits there for a little bit and you can do increased damage against him. But until then, he has a shield that regenerates really quickly if you're not doing Electro or Lunar Charge damage. And thankfully, my second half team has 1 C6 5-star and 2 C3 5-stars and a pretty well built Farina. So even with the regenerating shield, I was still able to shred him down and cripple him. Was a buzzer beater though, which you guys will see in a second, because it took me a while to clear the first half. But basically, you only really need 3 elements on this entire Spiral Abyss: Electro, Hydro, and Dendro. And you can, I will say you can, if you have a really good second half. It just needs to be a high damage dealing team, because then you'll be able to damage the final boss's shield faster than it can regenerate. That's the main science behind it. And in general, you want a pretty good first and second half. Ideally, that's Electro damage somewhere in there, or Dendro. But I basically say that because these guys can also regenerate their health pretty quickly, and that was something that I don't think I could do with just any team. This is like pretty much the best I got on my account, is this team right here. C6 Hu Tao, C3 Eula, and C3 Silali. Farina, we're also going to be going for Constellations on her next rerun banner. The only problem with this team is that, like, it's missing healing, and I will say that unless you're running Farina, you don't really need that much shielding, and you don't really need that much healing. If you're doing Burning or Burgeon for your first half, which is a Dendro reaction that some people's account might be a little more catered to, then you are going to want a healer or shielder, because Burgeon and Burning do self-inflicted damage. But other than that, this is not a very high impact abyss. It is mostly just an abyss that you have to mainly focus on damage, which I like. I like not having to worry about getting one-shotted and not having to worry about health drain too much, but just doing a lot of damage. That's what I really enjoy. This one was the most challenging. I could have definitely made a better first half team, but I wanted to see if I could get away with doing a Eula Hyper Bloom team. And thankfully it paid off, because I remember a while ago I pulled for... Here, I'm going to adjust this real quick. I remember a while ago I pulled for Eula because she was the longest character to go without a rerun banner in Genshin. So when she got her rerun back in 2023, I did pull for her. Just because I thought like she had never come back out, and she kind of didn't. I think she's only ever gotten a rerun one time, and then she's been mainly featured on the Chronicled Wish banner, or whatever that one is, where you can like pull for a whole bunch of different characters and maybe get the character you want, and then after a certain amount of time you get the one you want guaranteed. I think she's only ever been back on that banner. So I pulled for her way back in the day because I figured it'd be rare, and she was pretty good back then, and then physical damage got power crept. But you can use her in the Hyper Bloom team. It's just that slot can be a lot better utilized with any other character, really, especially a character that can run Instructor, so you get more elemental mastery for your reactions. But we did it. And I'm super hyped that we did. On the last chamber, I will admit that we didn't really even use her that much. She's just kind of there. But she did the finishing blow. Spoiler alert. And I'm really happy because it's been a while since I've gotten to try a new team. It's mainly been either Mavuika, Hu Tao, or Raiden teams as of late. And that's pretty awesome, and I'm happy that I'm at least able to clear the abysses, but sometimes when you have a vast account you want to try something new. Use characters you don't get to use a lot, like Eula, Diluc, who else? DPS Kaya is one I'm always wanting to run, Noelle, but, you know, the meta's getting harder, and I'm happy I'm at least clearing the Spiral Abyss with relative ease. And now we get to try out a new team. I will say that after the last couple Imaginarium Theaters, both the Visionary and Lunar mode, and then the Stygian Onslaught, the Spiral Abyss feels so easy now. And it feels like it's quick too, like a very brief challenge, even though back in the day, like, the Spiral Abyss, like making these videos used to be like a 2-hour process, maybe even longer. Like some mornings it would take me an hour to clear floor 10, 11, 12. Oh, it was 9, 10, 11, and 12. We had 4 back then. Now they give you 9 and 10 automatically, and they you just have to focus on 11 and 12, which makes it go a lot quicker now. But then we got the Imaginarium Theater, which is like an hour just if you pass it like really quickly. Like if you clear every act in perfect synction or whatever, then it's still an hour, and then that takes a long time to edit all that because I have to speed up a lot of clips to make it palatable, and then I do the voiceover. But the Spiral Abyss feels really easy compared to those two and all the challenges that we've been getting lately, like the limited time modes that have platinum difficulties, the menacing and fearless, and all those different difficulty levels. So the Spiral Abyss is honestly a breeze and a breath of fresh air now, which, I mean, is good and bad. I'm glad that we got new endgame content that's challenging. It's just like, I don't think that you can clear that if you're in the ballpark of under $2,000 being spent on the game. And so it's hard for free to play. But at least the Spiral Abyss is easier than it once was. I think the other modes are the more power creep modes. See right here, we did not beat the crab in the first cycle of having crippled its shield, but we're still getting it done, and we are going to do the Eula nuke to finish it off. And I didn't see how much damage that was, but I'm hoping it was a decent amount. And then we got this last one where we only have 40 seconds on the clock to clear this. What is this dude's name? Battle Hardened Fireblade Shock Trooper. This is a pretty unique boss. I gotta say, it's kind of a B word to fight against, but it's a cool idea. It's a really cool concept. I'm glad that at the very least, Genshin is doing a pretty good job at bringing new, lively ideas to their bosses. Maybe not their new characters. I don't like Lunar mode. Like, we kind of feel like Cryo is next in line to get. And we just made a new reaction instead of a new element. But I digress. I think some of the Lunar stuff is pretty cool, but I guess, like, it's not a bad idea to try something new before you're all out of elements. I guess that's kind of playing it safe, so I respect them for that. But sometimes it feels like they're running out of ideas for the characters, but not the bosses. The opponents are still really, really cool. Here you see, I got the leftover builds from the Imaginarium Theater, and I slapped either Tenacity the Millilith or Noblesse on most of my Hydro characters when I was on the Imaginarium Theater. So both Jinkyu and Yelan have Noblesse. Nahida has Deepwood. Kuki has whatever the other one is that gives you Elemental Mastery. Gilded Dreams. She's just the Hyper Bloom Electro character. We got a new artifact we crafted for Hu Tao that is, I believe, yeah, it's her Sans, and it's pretty decent. So her build is slightly less crit damage, slightly more crit rate now. I just want to try something new. I want to get the crit rate up a little bit. And Farina is on Tenacity of the Millilith. Sitlali is Hero Cinder City. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Good luck on your Spiral Abyss attempts. And if you're pulling for Elan, get after it because we only have a couple days left. I love you guys. God bless y'all. Peace out. And I will see y'all next time.